Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about King of the Court some more. I know that we already talked about the brand new news that 2K dropped this morning, but I think this is a bigger deal than the surface level news even makes it seem for the MyTEAM game mode. And I want to talk about the effect that I think the King of the Court changes specifically that were announced this morning likely will have on NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, for those of y'all who may have missed it earlier, I do think it is worth heading over to the live stream again just to see what they said. So we'll talk about real quickly just again what was announced for King of the Court specifically, and then we're going to talk about how I think it is very important for the future of the MyTEAM mode. So let's hear what they have to say first.
Two things here to cover. One of the biggest points of MyTEAM feedback that we've heard this past year is how King of the Court was only for a few hours on Saturdays. So if you were out of the house, maybe you work on Saturdays, or maybe you're just in a different time zone where those 4 hours were in the middle of the night for you, and you probably couldn't consistently participate, right? We get that. So in 2K26, the dev team has worked on making King of the Court more accessible. Now it is going to take place across the entire weekend to give you more opportunity to play.
Okay, so that's the first thing, and that's a big deal. It means King of the Court's a lot more accessible. But I don't think that's the biggest deal, honestly. It's nice and it's important, and it makes it a lot more accessible for a ton more people to be able to play, including myself, who, I mean, I haven't played King of the Court barely at all this year because it's in the middle of the day on Saturday. I take Sundays off most of the time when I can, content-wise. So I try to get my videos for Saturday and Sunday done on Saturday. I'm finishing Saturday's videos and doing Sundays. I just don't have time to sit down and play 4 hours of King of the Court on a week-to-week basis on Saturday, middle of the day. Being able to play your games across the weekend whenever you have free time is great for the competitive player and the average casual player alike. Like, obviously that's a good thing, and it makes the game mode a lot more accessible for people. So that's 2 thumbs up, but that's not the big change. This is the big change, which some of y'all may have missed, but I think a lot of y'all know what this is as well with the
But the other thing
cash
about
prize.
King of the Court is a very, very big one. Because in addition to competing for big amounts of VC, the winner across PlayStation 5 and Xbox each weekend is also going to be competing for a cash prize of $10,000. So we are going to share more details about all of that, but in short, there will be a cash prize for King of the Court winners in MyTEAM on the weekends. I am very, very excited for this. I hope our competitive community feels similarly. Even now, very often I'll come across like a MyTEAM YouTube channel or social account or something, and they still have like NBA 2K23, 250K qualifier, something like that in their bio. So I am hoping to see some great streams, some great videos on the weekends from the King of the Court this year.
I think as well, it says, because, okay, let me go over to Twitter real quick. Let's look at the NBA 2K page, because I believe what they said, and he didn't say it right there, Evan didn't, but I believe they specified somewhere that it is a weekly $10,000 prize. I don't know, my initial thought at least is that is the case. It does not, yeah, weekly cash prize. Okay, so it's going to be a weekly $10,000 prize. It's not a $10,000 tournament between all the winners. That would be a lot less exciting. The fact of the matter is, it looks like there is going to be a real weekly $10,000 cash prize. That's why it's sponsored by AT&T, it seems like. But that's a massive deal because, and if you look at the courtside report, it says it right here: weekly cash prize, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S. It sounds to me as though the winner on PlayStation and the winner on Xbox are going to be playing each other for $10,000 on a weekly basis. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know how that's going to work. I would hope second place gets some sort of cash prize as well, if that is how it works. I don't exactly know what to expect, but this is big because that makes MyTEAM, as far as I'm aware, the only mode in the game with a real significant 2K offered cash prize, especially on a consistent basis. The 2K League isn't really a thing anymore, certainly not in the format that it used to be, where it was a true competitive league with the best 2K players and the best park players and rec players, whatever, pro-am players in the world. There's not that aspect of it anymore, and obviously MyTEAM hasn't had a 250K tournament in the last couple of years. Haven't had one since 2K23. Even that one wasn't really a real 250K because they banned everybody, all the comp players basically, for buying MT, which, whatever, that's in the past. But the last couple of years of MyTEAM, I think, have had a lot less excitement to them for the general 2K community because there's no financial attachment of potential reward to the mode, and that's going to work in 2K's favor this year, and it's going to bring more people into the MyTEAM mode. In fact, I think there's a good chance that kind of pushes the MyTEAM mode to the forefront of 2K content-wise and gameplay-wise for a lot of people playing the game, because that is the game mode with the potential cash prize to it. So I think that will make potentially that will definitely, I think, revive the competitive community in a lot of ways, but it's also just really good for content. Like, I know selfishly having more people playing the MyTEAM mode is going to be good for my content and for my viewership early in the year. You know what I mean? For me personally, that's a huge deal. Like, that's really exciting for me, because that does bring the potential for real growth to the MyTEAM mode. And I just think the content from this is going to be spectacular. I mean, you know, guys like Splash and Ty and Ebans are going to be out there on a week-to-week basis trying to win King of the Court. But I think the aspect of this that's so cool is it's a weekly cash prize. That's 52 weeks in the year. They probably won't do it for all 52 weeks, but it'll be close to it. You know what I mean? And I would say realistically, I mean, it doesn't say exactly, we don't know exactly when that'll start, when that'll end, if they'll have the weekly cash prize all year. Like, are we going to be playing in July of 2026, August of 2026, still getting $10,000 a week? I mean, that would extend the longevity of the game mode competitively a lot, I think, for a lot of people. But it's also a lot of opportunities for someone like me, who is not one of the best of the truly best players in the world, but is still pretty good at the game. And I mean, I was top 10 in King of the Court. I played it literally 3 times the first 3 weeks of the year, and I was top 10 two of those 3 weeks. I finished 4th and 9th, I believe. Like, I feel like if I take the game seriously, there is a real chance that I could potentially win King of the Court at least once this year in 2K26. And that could be, I mean, it'd be spectacular content for a lot of people. It gives people a goal to work towards. It's going to make 2K money, because people are going to be like, oh, I can put money into the game to get a better team so I can try to win money. It's like, realistically, we know that the money's realistically going to be won by a few people. It's going to be people like Splash and Ty and Nike and Ebans and guys like that winning the majority of the time. I think that is, we know that's probably going to be the case, but it's certainly still a really good thing for the competitive health of the mode, for the overall health of the mode, just bringing people into the game mode. And I think for the excitement of the community as well, there is something to truly look forward to on a week-to-week basis now. It's going to be accessible for everyone. The weekend aspect of it, where it is all weekend, makes it so that you now have the time to where, yeah, you might, I don't know exactly how it's going to work. Maybe you'll have 10 games, maybe you'll have 15 games, but if you don't have time on Saturday, okay, play a few games Friday night. If you don't have time Saturday night, play a couple games during the day. You can wake up Saturday morning and play. You could play Sunday morning. You could play Sunday after church. You could play Sunday night. Like, you're going to have all these different time slots, no matter what your schedule looks like, to be able to play. And I think the accessibility of it and the reward aspect of it makes it really, really exciting. If they make the other rewards improved as well, and make it so that even if you're not a great player and you're playing King of the Court on a weekly basis and you're getting better rewards than you did this year, that would also be huge for the game mode. But I think there is a lot of potential here for King of the Court to become truly one of the very most exciting and best modes we've ever seen in MyTEAM, in terms of content, in terms of reward, in terms of community excitement. Like, I don't want to gas this up too much, but a $10,000 weekly cash prize is $520,000 over 52 weeks. Let's say they do 50 weeks of King of the Court. That's $500,000 being given away. That's why they're partnered with AT&T for King of the Court. King of the Court is presented by AT&T this year. But hey, if they got to do a sponsorship to give us money, I am completely fine with that. Even if I never win $1 myself, which is a very real possibility. I would not be surprised if next year I play, because I'm not gonna be able to play every King of the Court probably entirely, but let's say I play 40 of the 50 weeks and get all my games done, and I think there's a real chance I still don't win any of them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the best. I may not win any money. Doesn't change the fact that this game mode has the potential to be spectacular next year. And it's something that I'm very excited about. And I think it's something that a lot of other people maybe should be excited about as well. It definitely can be excited about. Hopefully it's as good as it sounds like it might potentially be. That being said, that's going to do it for the video. I just want to talk about it. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.